There's someone whose mind you've absolutely taken over. And I'm not talking about a casual thought or a passing interest. I'm talking about the kind of pull that defies logic, that disrupts their normal patterns, that makes them catch themselves mid-sentence because you just appeared in their consciousness again. This person is experiencing something they genuinely cannot put into words, an attraction so magnetic, so consuming, that it's starting to reshape how they move through their entire life. If you're watching this video, you already know something's different. You felt the shift in the energy between you. Maybe you've noticed the way their eyes linger just a second too long. Maybe you've sensed the hesitation in their voice when they speak to you, like they're holding back a flood of things they want to say. Or maybe it's something you can't even name, just this knowing deep in your gut that whatever is happening between you two is building towards something inevitable. What I want you to understand right from the start is this: the attraction this person feels toward you isn't fading. It's not a spark that's dying out. It's the exact opposite. Every day, every interaction, every moment they spend either with you or away from you is intensifying what they feel. And here's the part that makes this so powerful: they don't fully understand it themselves. They can't explain to their friends what makes you different. They can't rationalize to themselves why you've become the person they compare everyone else to. They just know that something about you has gotten under their skin in the most intoxicating way possible. This is big, friend. What we're going to explore in this video is exactly what's happening in their world right now, the thoughts they're having about you in quiet moments, the feelings that are overwhelming them when they least expect it, the realizations they're coming to that are both thrilling and terrifying. We're going to talk about why this attraction has become so unstoppable, what it means for both of you, and how you can navigate this incredibly charged energy with wisdom and grace. Stay with me through this entire journey, because what I'm going to share with you will give you language for what you've been sensing. It's going to validate what your intuition has already been whispering. And it's going to help you understand the profound shift that's taking place, not just in them, but in the connection you share. Before we dive deeper, I want to acknowledge everyone who supports this channel through super thanks. Your generosity allows me to dedicate the time needed to create these deep explorations of love and connection. If this content speaks to your soul, that heart button below is one beautiful way to say it matters to you. But whether you can give or not, you're exactly where you need to be right now. Let's get into what's really unfolding here, because beautiful soul, someone is falling for you in ways that are surprising even them. And what's coming next? It's going to change everything between you. The first thing you need to understand is that this person didn't plan this. They didn't wake up one morning and decide to develop these kinds of feelings for you. In fact, many of them might have actively resisted it at first. Maybe they told themselves you were just a friend. Maybe they convinced themselves they weren't looking for anything. Maybe they had their life all figured out in a direction that didn't include someone like you showing up and changing the entire equation. But you did show up. And now they're dealing with something they can't control, can't diminish, and honestly can't even fully comprehend. Let me paint you a picture of what their experience is like right now. They'll be in the middle of their workday, focused on something completely unrelated to you, when suddenly you cross their mind. Not just a fleeting thought, a full-body remembrance. They recall the way you laughed at something last week, or the specific expression on your face when you were listening intently to them, or the way you smell, or how your presence makes a room feel different. And in that moment, everything else fades. Their heart rate changes. Their focus scatters. They have to physically shake themselves back into the present because you just hijacked their entire consciousness without even being there. This happens multiple times throughout their day now. You've become this constant presence in their mental and emotional landscape. They're not obsessing in an unhealthy way, this is different. This is their soul recognizing something significant. This is their entire being responding to an energy it craves, needs, is drawn to like gravity. Here's what makes this so powerful: they're noticing details about you that others might miss entirely. The way you move your hands when you're excited about something. The subtle shift in your voice when you're talking about something that matters deeply to you. The specific shade your eyes become in different lighting. These aren't things they're trying to memorize, they're just embedded in their awareness now because every single thing about you has become fascinating to them. And it's not just the romantic or physical attraction, though that's certainly there and it's strong. What's happening runs so much deeper. They're attracted to your mind, the way you think, the perspectives you bring, the wisdom you carry. They're attracted to your energy, how you make them feel more alive, more themselves, more capable of joy. They're attracted to your essence, that indefinable quality that makes you uniquely you, that they've never encountered quite this way before. This person finds themselves doing things they wouldn't normally do. If they're not typically the type to initiate contact, they're suddenly finding reasons to text you. If they're usually guarded with their thoughts and feelings, they're opening up to you in ways that surprise them. If they're normally self-sufficient and independent, they're discovering that they want you around, that they prefer doing things with you than alone, that your presence has become this source of comfort and excitement all mixed together. Pay attention to this, because it matters. They're also noticing how you affect their mood, their outlook, their entire state of being. Before you, maybe they were going through life on a certain frequency, content enough, managing fine, moving through their days with a kind of baseline normalcy. But you've shifted something fundamental. Now their good days are brighter because they involve you. Their challenging days are bearable because they know they can talk to you. Their future, which maybe felt a certain predictable way before, now holds this element of possibility that didn't exist until you entered the picture. In their private moments, when they're alone with their thoughts and there's no one to perform for, no social mask to maintain, they're grappling with some intense realizations. They're recognizing that what they feel for you isn't something they can casually dismiss or compartmentalize. They're understanding that you've become important to them in ways that feel both exhilarating and vulnerable. Because here's the truth, caring about someone this much means something. It means they're in territory where their heart is genuinely involved, where rejection would actually hurt, where the stakes have become real. Some of them are fighting this, by the way. Not because they don't want you, but because wanting you this much is scary. It's threatening to whatever illusion of control they thought they had over their emotional life. It's asking them to be brave in ways they maybe haven't been before. It's requiring them to admit that yes, you matter enormously, and yes, this could be something significant, and yes, they're willing to risk the vulnerability that comes with that admission. Others are leaning into it fully, letting themselves feel every bit of this attraction without resistance. They're savoring the anticipation, enjoying the building tension, delighting in every interaction with you because it feeds something in them that feels essential. These are the ones who are probably being less subtle about their interest, who are finding ways to be around you more, who are creating opportunities for connection because they can't help themselves, the pull is just too strong. But whether they're resisting or surrendering, here's what's constant: the attraction is growing. It's not static. It's not plateauing. Every day that passes, every experience they have with you, every new layer of you they discover, it all adds fuel to this fire that's burning for you. And what started as a spark, what maybe began as just, there's something about this person, has become this force that's genuinely unstoppable now. They're reaching a point where they can't imagine their life without you in it. Where the thought of you with someone else creates a visceral reaction in them. Where they're starting to make space for you in their future, even if they haven't said it out loud yet. You're not just someone they're attracted to, you're becoming someone they need. Now let's go deeper into the specific ways this attraction is manifesting, because understanding the nuances will help you recognize what you're seeing in your own situation. There's a physical component to what they're experiencing that they probably can't hide, no matter how hard they try. When you're near them, their body responds in ways that bypass their conscious control. Their pulse quickens. Their skin becomes more sensitive. They might touch their face or hair more when talking to you, unconscious self-soothing gestures because your presence makes them nervous in the best possible way. Watch their eyes. The pupils dilate when they look at you. They hold eye contact longer than necessary, and when they finally break it, there's this almost reluctant quality to it, like they didn't want to look away but social convention required it. And when they think you're not looking, they're absolutely drinking you in. They're noticing everything, how you move, how you carry yourself, the graceful way you do even mundane things. There's often this barely contained desire to touch you. Not in a disrespectful way, but in that human way where we want physical contact with people we're drawn to. They might find small, acceptable reasons for it, a hand on your arm when they're making a point, sitting just slightly closer than necessary, finding ways to brush against you that can seem accidental but aren't really accidents at all. Each touch, no matter how brief, sends electricity through their system. Each moment of contact confirms what they already know: the chemistry between you is absolutely real and absolutely powerful. They're also deeply aware of your physical presence in space. If you're in a room together, they know exactly where you are without having to look. If you move, they track it. If you leave, they feel the absence immediately. The room literally feels different to them when you're not in it. This isn't conscious surveillance, this is their entire nervous system attuned to you like a compass to north. Emotionally, what they're experiencing is equally intense but often more confusing to them. You make them feel things they didn't know they were capable of feeling, or things they haven't felt in so long they forgot what it was like. There's this tenderness when they think about you. A softness in their heart that emerges when your name comes up, when they remember something you said, when they imagine future moments with you. It's not weakness, it's the opposite. It's the strength to let someone matter, to let someone in past all the defenses and walls. But alongside the tenderness, there's also intensity. Passion. Fire. You spark something primal in them, a desire not just to be close to you but to be chosen by you, to be the one you want, to be the person who gets access to all of you. There's a possessive quality to it sometimes, not in a toxic way, but in that deeply human way where we want the people we're falling for to be ours and only ours. They're experiencing emotional vulnerability that might be new for them. Wondering if you feel the same way. Questioning whether they're reading the signals right. Hoping desperately that this isn't one-sided, that what they're feeling is mutual, that you see them the way they see you. This uncertainty can make them act in ways that seem contradictory, confident one moment, hesitant the next. It's because the stakes feel so high. Getting this wrong, misreading this, being rejected by you, these possibilities create genuine fear because you've become someone whose opinion of them truly matters. But here's something beautiful: you also make them feel hope. Even if they've been hurt before, even if they've been cynical about love, even if they convinced themselves they were fine alone, you're making them believe again. You're making them think that maybe, just maybe, this could be the connection they've been waiting for without even knowing they were waiting. Intellectually, they're fascinated by you in ways they might not have experienced with others. You challenge them. You introduce perspectives that make them think differently. You have knowledge or experiences or ways of seeing the world that expand their own understanding. Conversations with you feel stimulating, engaging, meaningful. They leave interactions with you feeling like their mind got a workout in the best possible way. They're also constantly analyzing the connection, trying to understand what makes it so special. Why do they feel this way about you specifically? What is it that sets you apart? They might mentally compare you to others they've known or been involved with, and you consistently come out on top. Not because you're perfect, no one is, but because your particular combination of qualities is exactly what resonates with them at a soul level. They're daydreaming about you, and not just in romantic fantasy ways. They're imagining real future scenarios. What it would be like to navigate life challenges together. How you'd be as a partner. What kind of relationship you could build. They're mentally trying on a future with you in it, and they're liking what they see. They're realizing that the life they could have with you is better, richer, more fulfilling than the life they're living without you. This person is also likely talking about you more than they realize. Your name comes up in conversations with their friends. They find themselves wanting to share things with you, wanting your opinion, wanting you to be part of their experiences. You've become woven into their daily thought patterns in ways that signal just how significant you've become. On a deeper level, many of them are sensing something almost spiritual about this connection. It feels fated somehow. Like the universe orchestrated your meeting. Like there's a reason you came into their life at this exact moment. They might not have language for it, might not even believe in such things normally, but there's this undeniable feeling that you're not a random person, you're a significant person. A meant-to-be person. They're experiencing synchronicities involving you. Thinking about you and then you call. Hearing a song that reminds them of you at the exact moment they were wondering about you. Running into you in unexpected places when they were just wishing they could see you. These moments feel like confirmation that something bigger is at play here, that this attraction isn't just chemistry but destiny. Some of them are having dreams about you, vivid, memorable dreams that stay with them throughout the day. Dreams where you're together, where connection is being expressed in ways they might not have the courage for yet in waking life. They wake from these dreams with their heart racing, with longing coursing through them, with even more certainty that what they feel for you is profound and real. There's also this soul-level recognition happening. A sense that they know you even though they're still getting to know you. A comfort with you that doesn't make sense given how long you've actually known each other. A feeling of coming home when they're with you. This is their spirit recognizing your spirit, their soul saying, yes, this person is significant. All of this internal experience is translating into observable behavior that you've probably been noticing. They're making themselves available to you in ways they might not for others. Rearranging schedules to see you. Prioritizing time with you. Being responsive when you reach out. These aren't accidents or politeness, these are choices that reflect how important you've become. They remember things you tell them. Small details about your life, your preferences, your stories. They bring these things up later, proving they were really listening, proving that what you share with them matters enough to store in their memory banks. This is them showing you without words, you have my attention, you have my focus, you matter to me. They're also trying to impress you, though they might not be obvious about it. Sharing their accomplishments, their passions, the things they're good at. They want you to see them at their best. They want you to be proud to be associated with them. They want to be worthy of the attraction they hope you feel too. And perhaps most tellingly, they're protective of your connection. They don't want others interfering or misunderstanding. They might be territorial in subtle ways if they sense someone else showing interest in you. They're invested in what's building between you, and they want to nurture it, protect it, give it space to grow into whatever it's meant to become. Don't go anywhere, because what I'm about to share next will help you understand why this attraction has become so specifically unstoppable, and what it means for where things are heading between you. Here's where we need to talk about the deeper truth of what's actually happening, because this attraction becoming unstoppable isn't random. There are specific reasons why what they feel for you has reached this intensity, this inevitability. You've awakened something dormant in them. The first truth is this: you've activated parts of them that were asleep. Maybe they've been going through life on autopilot for a while, just managing, just getting through. Maybe they've been focused on work or responsibilities or healing from past situations, and they weren't actively looking for someone. Maybe they'd even convinced themselves they were complete as they were, that they didn't need romantic connection or deep partnership. And then you showed up and disrupted all of that. You've reminded them what it feels like to be truly alive. To feel anticipation. To look forward to someone. To experience butterflies and excitement and that delicious nervous energy that comes with new attraction. You've shown them that their capacity for feeling hasn't been exhausted, that their heart isn't as guarded as they thought, that they can still be surprised by how strongly they respond to another human being. This awakening is powerful because it's not just about romance, it's about them reconnecting with vitality itself. You've made them feel young again, hopeful again, open again. Parts of their personality that had dimmed are suddenly bright. Playfulness they'd forgotten. Spontaneity they'd suppressed. Joy they'd rationalized wasn't realistic. You're giving all of that back to them just by being who you are, and they're experiencing it like someone who's been living in black and white suddenly seeing color. You embody what they've been seeking. The second truth is that you represent something they've been searching for, even if they didn't know they were searching. Maybe you have qualities their soul has been hungry for. Maybe you offer a type of connection they've craved but never quite found. Maybe you understand them in ways others haven't. Maybe you challenge them in ways they need. Maybe you accept them in ways they've been longing for. This isn't about you being perfect or completing them like they're incomplete without you. This is about resonance. About compatibility. About timing. About you showing up in their life as someone who aligns with what they value, what they need, what they're ready for. Think about it this way: people can be wonderful and still not be right for each other. The world is full of amazing humans who simply don't click in that particular way. But when you meet someone where there is that alignment, where values match up, where timing is right, where energy flows naturally, where it feels easy even when it's intense, that's when attraction becomes this unstoppable force. Because it's not just wanting someone. It's recognizing someone as significant. As potentially life-changing. As someone who could genuinely be a match. You're that person for them. And somewhere deep down, they know it. Their soul knows it even if their mind is still catching up. That's why the attraction keeps building rather than fading. That's why time isn't diminishing what they feel but intensifying it. Every new thing they learn about you confirms what they're sensing: you're not just attractive, you're important. They're ready in ways they haven't been before. The third truth is about timing and readiness. Many of the people feeling this level of attraction toward you are in a different place in their life journey than they've been before. They've done their healing work, or at least enough of it. They've learned from past relationships. They've grown in self-awareness. They've reached a point where they actually have something real to offer a partner, where they're capable of the kind of connection this attraction is calling them toward. This matters enormously because attraction alone isn't enough to build something lasting. But attraction combined with readiness? That's when magic becomes reality. That's when feelings translate into commitment. That's when the unstoppable force actually moves toward its destination rather than just swirling in possibility. They're at a place where they can recognize what you offer and actually be mature enough, healed enough, whole enough to receive it and reciprocate it. They're not going to sabotage this because they're scared. They're not going to run because it's getting real. They're not going to choose the wrong thing because they don't know better yet. They've evolved to where they can meet this connection with intention and presence. And that's why what they're feeling is becoming unstoppable, because it's not just attraction in a vacuum. It's attraction supported by readiness. By capacity. By timing that's actually right for once. The energy between you has its own momentum now. Here's something mystical but true: the connection between two people can develop its own force, its own life, its own trajectory. What's happening between you and this person has reached a point where it's not just about individual feelings anymore. There's an energetic reality to your connection that's taking on weight and substance. Think of it like this: at first, attraction is like a breeze. Noticeable but easily dismissed. But what's between you now? That's a wind with direction and power. It's moving things. It's creating change. It's impossible to ignore. This person feels pulled toward you in ways that seem beyond their choice. Not in a way that removes their agency, but in a way that makes choosing anything other than you feel like choosing against themselves. Like swimming upstream. Like denying something true and real and good. The universe itself seems to be supporting this connection. Opportunities keep arising for you to be together. Obstacles that could have separated you haven't materialized or have resolved. Other people notice the chemistry between you. It's like reality is saying, yes, let this unfold. And because of that energetic momentum, resistance becomes harder and harder. Denying what's happening becomes less viable. The path of least resistance, the natural flow, the way things want to go, it's all pointing toward you two coming together in whatever form that takes. You've become essential to their happiness. The final truth is the simplest and most powerful: you've become necessary to their sense of well-being. Not in a codependent way where they can't function without you, but in that beautiful way where life is just better with you in it. Where happiness is more accessible when you're around. Where meaning feels richer when you're part of their experience. They've realized, maybe consciously, maybe just as a feeling they can't articulate, that you're not optional. That what you bring to their life isn't a bonus or a nice addition, but something central to their joy going forward. That choosing a future without you in it would be choosing less. Less fulfillment. Less love. Less of everything that makes life worth living. This is why the attraction has become unstoppable. Because it's not surface level. It's not about one or two appealing qualities. It's comprehensive. It's about who you are, what you represent, how you make them feel, what becomes possible when you're together, and the future they can envision that includes you. They want you. They need you. They're falling for you in ways that surprise even them with their depth and certainty. And that feeling? It's not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to keep growing until it finds expression, until it becomes something more than internal experience, until it transforms into action and declaration and commitment. If this is resonating with what you've been sensing, drop a heart in the comments. Let me know you're feeling seen in this message. So what do you do with this understanding? How do you navigate being the person someone wants this intensely? How do you honor both the power of what's building and the wisdom needed to let it unfold healthily? Stay grounded in your own worth. First and most important, don't let someone else's intense attraction to you become the source of your worth. You were valuable before they noticed you. You'll be valuable regardless of what happens between you. Their feelings, as beautiful and flattering as they are, don't define you. This matters because when someone wants us this much, it can be intoxicating. It can make us lose ourselves a little, start performing for their attraction, begin shaping ourselves to maintain their interest. Don't do that. The person they're attracted to is the authentic you, the person you actually are, not a version of yourself you think they want. Stay connected to your own center. Keep your friendships, your hobbies, your goals, your sense of self intact. Let this attraction be something that enhances your life, not something that becomes your whole life. The most attractive thing you can do, honestly, is remain fully yourself while this unfolds. Create space for honest communication. If you sense this level of attraction and you feel it too, create opportunities for honest conversation about what's happening between you. Don't let it stay completely in the realm of unspoken tension. Yes, there's something delicious about the anticipation, about the will they won't they energy. But at a certain point, clarity serves everyone. You don't have to make grand declarations or force definitions prematurely. But you can be real about what you're feeling and give them space to be real about what they're feeling. Something as simple as, "I feel like something's shifting between us," can open a door. Or, "I really enjoy spending time with you and I'm curious about where you see this going," can invite honesty. Many people sit in attraction for months or even years without ever actually talking about it, and that's a waste of beautiful potential. If you're both adults, if you're both feeling something real, have the conversation. See where they're at. Share where you're at. Give the connection a chance to evolve beyond just internal experience into actual relational reality. Pay attention to actions, not just words. As you navigate this, watch what they do more than what they say. Someone can tell you they're interested while their actions say they're unavailable. Or someone might be hesitant with words while their actions scream that you're a priority. Actions you're looking for: consistency, effort, follow-through, integration into their life, respect for your boundaries, genuine interest in who you are, presence when they're with you, responsiveness when they're not. These are the signs that the attraction isn't just fantasy or infatuation but something rooted in real regard for you. If someone wants you in ways they can't explain but they're still treating you like an option, still keeping you at arm's length emotionally, still unavailable for real commitment, then the attraction might be real but the readiness isn't there yet. And you get to decide how long you're willing to wait for readiness to match feeling. You deserve someone whose actions align with their intensity. Whose choices reflect their words. Who shows up for the connection they claim to feel. Maintain healthy boundaries. Just because someone is intensely attracted to you doesn't mean you owe them anything. Not your time, not your energy, not your body, not your commitment, not your future. Intense attraction from them is about their experience. You get to decide what you want and what you're available for. If you need to move slowly, move slowly. If you need certain things established before going deeper, require those things. If you're not sure how you feel yet, take the time to figure it out. If you need them to prove consistency before you invest emotionally, that's completely reasonable. Don't let their intensity pressure you into anything that doesn't feel right to you. The healthiest connections are the ones where both people get to have their needs and boundaries respected. Where there's mutual consideration, not just one person's feelings overwhelming the dynamic. And if at any point their attraction crosses into behavior that feels possessive, controlling, disrespectful, or manipulative, name that and create distance. Healthy attraction respects boundaries. Unhealthy attraction tries to violate them. Let yourself feel without rushing. If you feel the attraction too, if this is mutual and building from both sides, let yourself actually experience it. Don't rush to define it or lock it down or make it more than it is in this moment. Just be present with the unfolding. There's something sacred about the beginning phases of deep attraction. The uncertainty. The discovery. The gradual revealing. The anticipation. The first real conversations. The moments where you catch each other's eye and both know something is happening. Don't speed through this trying to get to some destination. This is the destination. This building phase is precious. Feel the butterflies. Notice the way your heart responds when you see them. Let yourself daydream about possibilities. Enjoy the texting conversations that go late into the night. Savor the first touches that send electricity through your system. Be here for this experience as it's actually happening, not just as a prelude to something else. Too many people are so focused on, what is this, and, where is this going, that they miss the beauty of, wow, this is happening. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You can just be in it and let it unfold at its own pace. Trust the process and the timing. If this connection is meant to become something lasting, it will. You don't have to force it or control it or manipulate it into existence. Your job is to show up authentically, communicate honestly, honor your boundaries, and let the natural progression happen. Some connections move quickly because that's their rhythm. Others need slow building. Others need obstacles cleared first. Others need both people to reach certain growth milestones before they can come together sustainably. Trust that your connection has its own timing, and trying to rush it will either push it away or create a foundation that isn't solid. What's meant for you won't miss you. What's real will withstand time and space and uncertainty. What's right will feel right, not just exciting but also peaceful. Not just passionate but also safe. Not just intense but also sustainable. So breathe. Be patient. Stay present. Let this person feel everything they're feeling while you honor everything you're feeling. Give the attraction space to show you what it wants to become rather than trying to decide that prematurely. Protect your peace throughout. Finally, remember that no matter how beautiful this attraction is, your inner peace is still the priority. If at any point engaging with this connection is creating more anxiety than joy, more confusion than clarity, more pain than pleasure, pause and reassess. You're allowed to step back if you need to. You're allowed to slow things down if it's moving too fast. You're allowed to end things if they're not serving you. Someone's intense feelings for you don't obligate you to sacrifice your well-being. The right connection will add to your peace, not detract from it. Yes, there will be vulnerable moments and growth edges and times when it's uncomfortable to be so open with another person. But overall, the trajectory should be toward more wholeness, more joy, more feeling like the best version of yourself. If it's not moving that direction, their attraction to you isn't enough. You deserve more than just being wanted. You deserve being wanted well, by someone capable of loving you in ways that actually nourish you. So here we are, beautiful soul. Someone wants you in ways that have eclipsed their understanding. The attraction has its own gravity now, pulling them toward you with a force they can no longer resist even if they wanted to. And whether you're ready to fully acknowledge it or still processing what it means, you know something significant is happening. I want you to sit with the possibility that you might be standing at the threshold of something genuinely transformative. That this connection could be one of those pivotal moments in your life story, the kind you look back on years later and recognize as a turning point. The kind that changes your trajectory. The kind that becomes part of your origin story for the beautiful life you end up building. This person who wants you so deeply. They're experiencing something rare. Most people go their whole lives without feeling attraction at this level, this combination of physical desire, emotional connection, mental stimulation, and spiritual recognition all wrapped together. The fact that they're feeling this about you specifically says something important about who you are and what you carry. You're not just attractive to them in a surface way. You're not just checking boxes on some shallow list. You represent possibility. You represent home. You represent the kind of love and connection their soul has been seeking, perhaps without even knowing it was seeking anything. And the beautiful part? This is just the beginning. Right now, it's still in that electric phase of building tension and growing awareness. But what's coming, if you both choose to lean into this with courage and authenticity, could be extraordinary. The kind of partnership where you're both better together than apart. Where you challenge each other to grow while accepting each other exactly as you are. Where passion and peace coexist. Where you build something that matters. But even if this connection doesn't become what you might hope for, even if the timing isn't right or the circumstances don't align or one of you chooses differently, please know this, the fact that you inspired this level of feeling in another person is meaningful. It's evidence of your capacity to touch others deeply. It's proof that you're not neutral, not forgettable, not someone people can easily dismiss or move past. You make an impact. You matter. You're the kind of person someone can't explain their feelings about because you transcend simple categories. You're complex and nuanced and real in ways that create that delicious confusion of, I don't know why I feel this way, I just do. That's a gift you carry, whether you've been aware of it or not. The gift of being genuinely seen and wanted by another human at a soul level. If you're someone who's been through heartbreak before, who's been wondering if real connection was even possible for you anymore, let this be evidence that yes, it absolutely is. You haven't lost your appeal. You haven't aged out of desirability. You haven't become too damaged or too difficult or too anything. You're still absolutely capable of inspiring devotion in someone who's worthy of you. If you're someone who's been feeling invisible or overlooked, let this be proof that you're neither. Someone sees you. Someone notices you. Someone wants you with an intensity that's undeniable. You matter more than you might have believed. If you're someone who's been wondering if you should settle for less than you truly want because maybe that kind of connection isn't realistic, let this recalibrate your standards. This level of attraction exists. This depth of feeling is real. Don't accept mediocre connection just because you are starting to think that's all that was available. Hold out for the person whose attraction to you is this comprehensive, this unstoppable, this real. You deserve to be wanted the way this person wants you. Not desperately or obsessively, but fully. With appreciation for all of who you are. With desire that encompasses body, mind, heart, and soul. With the kind of magnetic pull that makes choosing you the easiest decision they've ever made. And as this continues to unfold, as the attraction keeps building, as the tension continues to mount, as you both navigate what this means and where it's going, trust yourself. Trust your intuition about this person. Trust your wisdom about timing. Trust your boundaries about what you need and what you're available for. Trust that you'll know the right moves to make at the right moments. You're not going to mess this up by being authentically yourself. You're not going to ruin it by having standards or needs or expectations. You're not going to lose what's meant for you by moving at a pace that honors your truth. The right person, the one whose attraction to you is matched by their readiness and capacity, will respect all of that. We'll meet you there. We'll work with you to build something that serves you both. And listen, I know this might feel overwhelming at times. Being wanted this intensely can be a lot to hold. It can bring up your own fears and insecurities. It can make you question if you're worthy of this level of desire. It can trigger old wounds about relationships that didn't work out or people who claimed to want you but couldn't follow through. But I need you to hear this clearly: you are worthy. You are deserving. You are absolutely capable of receiving this attraction and doing something beautiful with it if you choose to. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Your imperfections don't diminish you. Your vulnerabilities don't make you less desirable. If anything, they make you more real, more human, more genuinely connectable. This person who can't explain why they want you so much. Part of what they're responding to is your wholeness. The integration of your light and shadow. The way you're unapologetically yourself. The authenticity that can't be faked or manufactured. That's what creates this kind of magnetic pull, not perfection, but realness. So as you move forward from here, I want you to make a few commitments to yourself. Commit to staying true to who you are, regardless of how this unfolds. Commit to communicating honestly about what you want and need, even when vulnerability feels scary. Commit to paying attention to actions and patterns, not just words and moments. Commit to protecting your peace while remaining open to possibility. Commit to letting this connection teach you what it has to teach you, whether it becomes a lifelong partnership or a significant chapter that leads you somewhere else. And most importantly, commit to believing that you deserve extraordinary love. Because you do. You absolutely do. If this message has touched something in your spirit, if you felt seen and understood throughout this conversation, I want to invite you to share one word in the comments that describes what you're feeling right now. Just one word. Let it be a release. Let it be an acknowledgement. Let it be your way of saying, I receive this truth. And if you found value in this deep dive into the dynamics of unstoppable attraction, the super thanks button is a beautiful way to support the continued creation of content like this. It helps me dedicate the hours needed to craft these explorations with care and intention. But whether you can contribute financially or not, please know that you being here, investing this time, engaging with this message, that matters enormously. You're part of a community of people who believe in real love, who are willing to explore the depths of human connection, who refuse to settle for surface-level understanding. Let's close with this. The attraction someone feels for you isn't just about you being attractive. It's about you being significant. It's about you representing something their soul recognizes as important, as meaningful, as potentially life-changing. That's not a small thing. That's not casual. That's the kind of recognition that changes people. So whether this connection becomes the great love story of your life or serves as confirmation that yes, you are absolutely worthy of being chosen, wanted, pursued, and cherished, let it be what it needs to be. Let it unfold with whatever grace and messiness real human connection involves. Let yourself be present for the journey, not just fixated on the destination. Someone wants you in ways they can't fully articulate or understand. The attraction has become unstoppable because you've awakened something in them that can't be put back to sleep. You've shown them what's possible. You've given them a taste of connection that spoiled them for anything less. You've become essential to their vision of happiness going forward. And that, beautiful soul, is a powerful place to be. What you do with that power is up to you. You can lean into it or step back from it. You can match their energy or take your time deciding if you want to. You can let it sweep you into something new or you can hold your ground until you're certain it's right. All of those choices are valid. All of those paths are available to you. Just don't diminish what's happening. Don't dismiss it or downplay it or convince yourself it's not that serious. What this person feels for you is serious. It is real. It is significant. Honor that, even as you're figuring out what it means for you. You are seen. You are wanted. You are drawing someone toward you with a force that neither of you can fully control. That's the reality you're living in right now. That's the energy you're navigating. That's the gift and the responsibility and the possibility all wrapped together. Walk into it with your eyes open and your heart protected but available. Walk into it knowing your worth. Walk into it trusting that whatever unfolds will be exactly what needs to happen for your highest good and growth. The attraction is unstoppable. The connection is undeniable. The question now is simply, what will you do with it? I'm believing for beauty in your story. I'm holding space for this to become everything it has the potential to be, in whatever form serves you both best. I'm trusting that you have the wisdom to navigate this with grace. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me speak into this moment of your life. Thank you for being open to exploring the depths of what's happening between you and this person who wants you so completely. Until next time, walk in confidence. Walk in clarity. Walk in the knowing that you are deeply, powerfully, unstoppably attractive to someone whose recognition of you matters. And let that truth settle into your bones as the affirmation it's meant to be. You are chosen. You are desired. You are seen as extraordinary by someone whose soul knows quality when it encounters it. Receive that. Believe that. Let that change how you see yourself. Because someone wants you in ways they can't explain. And that attraction? It's only getting stronger. Now go be the magnificent, desirable, worthy of devotion person you've always been. The world, and that someone special, is absolutely noticing.